kay si Pangulong Duterte. How about you? What kind of president is President Marcos being?
Well, in terms of being a strong man, I think conscious decision din kay Pangulong Marcos to walk away from that because of the shadow of his father, not necessarily to contrast himself with the past president, but that is just who he is. Actually, ako, if I would characterize the president, he's Machiavellian. It is better to be feared than to be loved. Many people remember that from Niccolo Machiavelli. Pero actually, ang isang lesson din ni Niccolo Machiavelli is, it is better to be loved. But if you have no choice, it is better to be feared than to be loved. So President Marcos seems to be a president who wants to be loved. He wants to redeem his family name. He wants to redeem his own name. He wants to be loved by the people na he's addressing corruption, he's addressing the West Philippine Sea, he will address gut issues. So he doesn't want to be feared, unlike the previous president. Because if you read Niccolo Machiavelli, and by the way, I think the president has read that, no? Ang totoong lesson nun, it is better to be loved. But if you have no choice, it is better to be feared than to be loved. So ayaw niya dun sa pangalawa, doon siya sa primary.
How is he doing that? How is he doing doon sa kanya? If that's his goal, how is he doing in that mission? Because if you look, I mean, one indicator could be the surveys. If you look at the trust ratings, the performance ratings, it's currently at -7. It's better than the last survey, but it's still in the negative territory. So how would you assess if that's his mission?
Well, aspiration is different from reality naman eh. You can always aspire. So he will always aspire to be loved. And I think the way he's doing it right now, how he is doing right now in terms of that, is that it's polarized. It's 50-50. Many people do not love him or hate him because nga the post-Duterte legacy is one of tribalistic politics. Meaning, meron ka na talagang kampo, meron ka ng faction. So there is a set of people who will never love him. And those who have loved him before still love him now. So he's actually trying to appeal to the independents and to the Pinklawans. The Marcos loyalists will stick with him. Parang sila, ayaw nila kay Amy Marcos. They stuck with the president. Yung mga DDS, mga pro-Duterte, they will never love him. And he knows that. The ones he is appealing to are the Pinklawans and the independent, who are different kasi may mga 20% of the Filipinos who do not want to be identified as any of the three. Who ayaw nila nung label. Meron naman mga Pinklawan who identify as such, mga 15% or 20%. So I think those are the people he's trying to appeal to. And if you ask me how he is doing in terms of that, kasi hindi na nga natin pakialam yung Marcos loyalists and yung mga DDS, I think 60 to 70% he's doing well in terms of trying to appeal to those two segments.
Do you think President Marcos is still concerned about the 2028 national elections? Given that right now, wala pang matunog na administration candidate na as in identified as the administration candidate. Do you think he still wants to be involved in that or he has let it go?
Well, when I said Machiavellian kanina, no, that also meant that he's very calculating without appearing so. Yun ang problema sa mga detractors niya eh. Kasi he's always seen as a weak president. Pero may mga ilang DDS na who have disagreed with that, like Attorney Sal Panelo. He doesn't think BBM is a weak president. Ako, I don't think BBM is a weak president. He's a calculating president.
Can you elaborate on that?
He wants to look weak. He wants to be underestimated, but he's not. Actually, in reality. Paano ka magiging weak padala mo na si President Duterte sa The Hague, napakulong mo si Kibuloy, si Alice Go, naban mo yung Pogos, na-weaken mo yung mga financial arms ng Duterte Network. Pinapa-impeach mo si VP Sara, even though, of course, the show is,
hands-off siya.
Oo, na hindi ako involved dyan. So, yung sinasabi mong, is he concerned about 2028? Definitely. Because existential threat sa pamilyang Marcos, and even to the country, of course, ako mas concerned ko yung sa country, no? But the Marcoses know it's an existential threat if Sara wins. Because it will be back to revenge and vindictive politics, which is what President Duterte was. Kasi ang unang ginawa ni Duterte, pakulong si De Lima. That is out of revenge. Many people might not realize because of the CHR, human rights, loud quarry, Davao City, in-investigate yan ni De Lima. So, alam yan ni BBM, ni Pangulo, na pag nanalo si Sara, everything will be very critical for the Marcos family. Yung sa admin candidate, Meron yan. Meron siyang admin candidate. But again, he will not want to be seen as having an admin candidate.
Let's talk about Sara Duterte. Na-mention natin siya dito sa ating diskusyon.
Pero hindi na-mention ng Pangulo.
Her absence today, her physical absence and her absence in the speech of the President. Ano muna yung, sige, from both sides, ano yung mensahe ni BBM by excluding her in the speech? Ano yung mensahe naman ni VP Sara by not attending the SONA?
Well, again, he wants to pretend that he doesn't have a hand in the impeachment. So he will not, or he should not mention the Vice President in the SONA. So that is strategic. But he has a hand, no? Kasi in history, walang impeachment sa Pilipinas na walang kamay ng Pangulo. Except yung kay ERAP. But yung susunod na Pangulo pala yung may kamay nun. If in hindsight, PGMA had a hand in that, in the impeachment of ERAP. Yung sa physical or actual absence naman ng ating pangalawang Pangulo, that's also very disappointing, no? Because she cannot transcend her own ego, her own emotions. Hindi niya kaya to attend kasi alam niya maiinis siya, maaasar siya. So that's very disappointing because she's not able to suck it up like Senator De Lima did and do your job. Listen to the President in terms of accomplishment and the future priorities and how you can help kasi she's still part of the government The Vice President, despite all of the political bickering, is still part of the government kahit wala siyang posisyon. So she still has to know and listen to the President's priorities. So this is another case of the Vice President being more bakasyon than action.
Now, just to summarize, no, to close this interview, a couple more questions. So, number one, after listening to the speech of the President, do you think Filipinos, Pilipino din tayo, kayo, do you have more questions or are you more hopeful?
I think I'm hopeful. Kasi nga, we heard about some form of closure about the state of accountability on the flood control, although more to come pa dapat. And yun naman din ang sinabi ni Pangulo. Pero yung future pa in terms of nuclear energy, yun yung nakakapagpa-forward looking sa SONA na merong systems loss abolition, tax exemption sa income tax, nuclear energy or the possibility of it, more mobility, MRT7, etc. So for me, ako as a person concerned about mobility, energy, and taxes, I am hopeful na madami pa palang pwedeng mabigay na ginhawa sa tao.
Next year will be the President's final State of the Nation address. Do you think, parang ano yan yung penultimate at yung final, parang alley-oop yan kumbaga, para slam dunk yung kahulihan mong SONA. Do you think the President should stick to this kind of pattern that he's been doing in his SONA? Or do you think na yung final SONA niya could be an opportunity for him to be more aggressive, mas may ngipin, kumbaga, sa kanyang mga statement? Not just, it could be a political message or it could be on the China issue.
Ang sagot, question mark It depends. It depends kung mapa-impeach si VP Sara. Everything else will follow What the President will think and say and do next year all depends on whether or not he can survive this political conflict between two families, the Marcos and the Duterte. If he doesn't, then he will be very weak coming in the SONA. In the last SONA of his presidency, if the Vice President is not convicted, if the Vice President comes out stronger after the impeachment, all else will not matter. He will look weak regardless.
I-realize ko lang habang nag-uusap tayo no, na parang of course the President wants to show na hands-off siya dito sa impeachment ni Vice President Sara. But if you look at it, hindi siya makakaiwas dahil because of the BIR records that would need his approval before ma-release dito sa impeachment.
Just like President Noynoy Aquino approved the opening of the BIR records, he will have to do that as well. So he will have some small part and he can never deny a connection anymore when he does that.
Say, even allowing it or not allowing it is already a political message.
And I doubt he will not allow it. I doubt he will allow it.
Final question, report card, ito na. Kung bibigyan mo ng report ng grado, si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos base sa kanyang SONA ngayong taon, ano ang grado ni Pangulong
Sa akin,
Marcos?
7 out of 10. Might sound harsh, no? Pero madami siyang mga sinabing maganda, madaming accomplishments, yakap, yung mga crop insurance, yung mobility, okay yun lahat. But as I said kanina, we have an elephant in the room. What about the classrooms? You gave the biggest budget. Wala akong narinig. So, malaking puntos yun away from his SONA speech. So, that's largely one of the main reasons why I can only give like 7 or 7.5 out of 10.
What's the biggest takeaway from this year, Sona?
The biggest takeaway is that the president is not weak. He's just pretending to be weak, but he's actually strong and calculating. He wants to be seen as nationalistic. He wants to redeem his family's name. He does not want to be bound by the baggages of his cousin or his family, his own name. He wants to tell the people, I am my own name.
Okay, maraming salamat po, Attorney Sus Falces, for your time. Very insightful.
Thank you so much
discussion
for
with you.
inviting me. Ang ganda ng set dito ha.
Thank you, maraming
And
salamat.
Bata pa lang ako, high school pa lang ako, nagbabasa na ako ng Inquirer.
Okay, maraming salamat po, sir. At magbabalik po tayo dito sa Inquirer para sa ating special coverage ng State of the Nation address.